Because when you went to bed last night, you probably didn't see much happening, but as we start to wake up and move about this morning, it is going down out there. The temperatures are really telling the story. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil, it's all about the temps, and that depends on what you're going to see, what you're going to get.
Also where you are, right? It has been really to the east of the city and up to the north that we've seen huge amounts of sleet and freezing rain together, creating scenes like this over toward the Athens area. You look at the roads here, you can see where some cars have been coming by every now and again in both directions, leading to the roads wearing down a little bit. This road hasn't been driven upon at all, and you can see it's all covered right there. Even somebody coming outside, look at that. Yeah. Chick-fil-A's closed, so I don't know. Maybe they're just out and about, just trying to check out the roads. But you can see people just kind of walking down the street. Low enough that you can actually do that, but certainly slippery that you probably shouldn't be doing it, of course. And you can see it on the roof. We have ice on the roadways, on the light fixtures, all that. We've zoomed in, take a look at what was going on here. And again, the rain and the freezing rain and sleet has really overtaken this particular area. So Athens, up toward Gainesville, into Hall County, mainly north and east of the city is where we've been seeing that sleet. Now, this is downtown, this is in Midtown, and we don't see really any ice on the roads at all. These are major highway right here. You can see I-85 at elevated surface, which is why we kind of fixed our camera here just to see if these areas would freeze over, but cars seem to have been getting by pretty good. I can't tell what speed they're going, but they're getting along pretty good. Maybe taking their time. Hopefully everybody's nice and safe. We haven't seen any incidents. We've been watching that area pretty much all morning long. Now, again, if you look mainly to the north, here's Atlanta here. You look to the north and over toward the east, it's been right in here where we've been seeing a lot of that accumulation, and so much so that it's been accumulating on the roads in a lot of spots. So our reporters out showing us that where we had that steady freezing rain coming down along with the sleet mixing in at times. It's starting to come to an end here, at least a brief end. We'll get scattered freezing rain, continue to push further off to the north. You can see that back down to the south of us as those scattered showers begin to lift to the north. Once they get around the metro area, that starts to change over to pink, meaning that freezing rain could be coming down, or even some sleet coming down in some spots. It's been coming down a little bit longer up here to the far north and east, and so that's where we're expecting the greatest impacts to be. Juneau, over toward Mossy Creek, Toccoa, up toward Clayton as well, Gainesville, northern Hall County. That's where we have been experiencing a lot of that mixing taking place, which is why we have that sleet that's accumulating on the ground. Parts of Banks County down toward Commerce, Royalston, over toward Athens is where we've been seeing that accumulating sleet as well. Interestingly enough, up here toward western portions of Fannin and Gilmer County, we've been seeing rain, just all liquid there. No doubt a cold rain. Temperatures have been above the freezing mark up toward Blue Ridge so far. We've been looking up there, and that camera as well has been all liquid. Rain still coming down at a pretty decent clip as well. That will continue to lift to the north. We'll be watching what's taking place back off to the west of us. Over toward Douglasville right now, you may have a few light freezing raindrops coming out of the sky. Northern parts of Carroll County as well. Even into southern portions of Cobb County, still dealing with a little bit of that, but haven't seen much ice on the roads. Places like Marietta, where we have a live shot, Ariana Maniz has been over there. Roads have been fine, but some of the elevated surfaces, about 1/10 of an inch of ice being accumulated there. Notice these scattered showers down here to the south. That's going to continue to push through, so we'll hold on to a threat of more freezing rain off and on as we head through the morning. Also watching what's happening back off to the west of us. See that line forming there? This ahead of a front that's going to make its way into the area, which could bring in some very heavy rain. Some gusty winds could be associated with it, maybe even a rumble of thunder or two, especially for the metro area south. We could be seeing possibly some severe thunderstorms, especially for our southern towns and the central portions of the state. Temperatures are in the 20s in a few spots. You got Canton over towards Gainesville at 27, 28 in Athens, 28 also over toward Covington. You're below the freezing mark in Edenton as well, down to 30, 31 degrees. I did mention that. I said around the 8 o'clock hour, we'll probably drop a degree before those temperatures start to go back up again. And they will, as some warmer air will start to nose in here. You notice back off to the west, already starting to see that over toward Birmingham, even into Huntsville, those temperatures starting to warm up. That should evict or push its way toward us, but we'll see if this wedge holds on. If that's the case, we could be seeing a prolonged period of freezing rain, especially up here to the north and east, where we expect those impacts to be much greater.